Hey y'all, how are you doing? I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. It's me, Kim, and I'm back for another video. It's been a minute since I've sat down and recorded a video. I've done a couple of lives, and I realized on those lives that I've been forgetting to do the greeting, and I was like, Kim, what's wrong with you? That is our thing. That's my thing. That's our thing. I miss you guys. So today we're going to be talking about Black women in music. I'm well on my way to being a Normani stan. I love her. Gorgeous. Talented, great performer. Y'all already know how much I love the motivation video. I think she did a great job of taking a song, a meh song, and elevating it by giving it a wonderful visual. I mean, she's taken some notes from Beyonce there. I know we're not trying to compare her to be too much, but I'm just saying there is a real art to creating a great music video, and she did it with motivation. But under that motivation video, I saw quite a few people actually voice a similar concern. And the concern is, why do young Black women in popular music have to be so sexual? Now, the motivation song it's a little bit risky. I mean, it is talking about getting in the bed. And the video definitely has some sexual moves, and Normani doesn't have a lot of clothes on in there. And my initial response to people voicing that concern was like, come on, y'all. This girl's 23 years old. Like, let her be grown. But then I had to take a step back and think, is it true that we see Black women performers being more sexual than white women performers? I do think that that's a valid question, and it's a legitimate concern if it's true, because what does that say about how we view Black women and their worth and the legitimate boundaries of their expression versus how we view white women? And so y'all already know what I do whenever I have a question: research. So I took a look at the charts from August 24th, just a couple of days after we got the motivation song and video, to see what the musical and visual climate that Normani was entering looks like. So just for some background, Motivation is a song co-written by Max Martin, who is an icon of pop music songwriting, and Ariana Grande. And Normani has said that Ariana and Max actually gave her this record. So I guess in a different world, this could have been an Ariana song. And I saw somebody comment on my last motivation video that they could still hear Ariana on the hook, but I'm not sure. I don't know about that. I'm just saying that's, I guess, a rumor or whatever. But it is interesting to think about Ariana singing this song, and actually, I can hear it. When I looked at the iTunes Top 100, there were two Black women there. One was Normani, and the other was Saweetie with My Type. Now, we've already established Motivation is a little risque, but My Type is
8-inch bagel, that's the pipe.
Explicit. So if we're talking about the representation for Black women on that iTunes chart, and by the way, the iTunes chart changes so much, like, it don't even really matter. I'm sure right now it looks completely different. But at that point, there were two Black women, and when it comes to explicit content, it's like, it's more than 50-50, right? Because Motivation is just a little sexual, so it's like 75-25, definitely leans more toward the sexual side, if we're just talking about the representation of the Black women. Let's move on to the Billboard Hot 100. So the Billboard Hot 100 is a compilation of the most popular songs in the country. They decide that by looking at radio play, streams, and sales. So here we're going to be looking at all women to see what all women are doing in their music and in their music videos. Number one was Billie Eilish with Bad Guy. I freaking love this song. I love Billie Eilish. So she's definitely not the archetypal sexualized pop star. She's the opposite of that. It's punk rock, it's alternative, it's definitely rap inspired, hip hop inspired, and kind of like weird, but weird in a good way. Number two is Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello with Señorita. Now, Señorita is just, it's a little PG. It's just like a little bit. There are lyrics about tasting each other and coming. On that week's chart, Lizzo was the highest charting Black woman with Truth Hurts, everybody's favorite song to scream. But that song is not sexual, and she was just wearing a little bit of lingerie in the video. Not a big deal. Number 11 was Hot Girl Summer with Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, and yeah.
Fucking 9 to 5 niggas with that superstar deep. Fuck the superstar nigga, now I got him far link.
That song was as explicit as it gets. Number 16 was Taylor Swift's You Need to Calm Down. That video was very, I could only describe it as Katy Perry-esque. Number 22 was Sam Smith featuring Normani dancing with a stranger.
Look what you made me do. I was somebody new.
A little bit sexy. I would describe it as like PG. Number 25 is Halsey Without Me. She's wearing underwear, but it's sad sexy. Number 29 is 7 Rings by Ariana Grande, and it's supposed to be a sexy video, I'm sure. Number 33 is Sweetie's My Type. I mean, we already been over it. Not for kids. Number 39 is Cash Shit by Megan Thee Stallion.
Bitch, I'm a star, got these niggas wishing. He say he hungry, this pussy the kitchen.
As sexual as it gets, to be honest. I mean, we love it. It goes off. But yeah, definitely. As we move down the charts, we get to people who I don't really know. Number 42 is Ava Max, a song called Sweet But Psycho. Number 47 is a song called Trampoline by an artist named Shade. Never heard of it, but nope. Does not fit what I'm looking for. 49 is a song called Queen of Mean by Sarah Jeffrey. 50 was Katy Perry, Never Really Over. And I think Katy Perry is really interesting because she has said that she maybe felt pressured early on to be more sexy and more sexual. But these latest videos are very covered and really cute and creative, actually. Number 60 was a song by BB Rexa and Chainsmokers. Neither the song or the video are sexy. And 61 is Cardi B, Press.
Press, 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 press. Cardi don't need more press.
The video, I mean, the girl is naked. Exceptional video. But yeah, like, it definitely fits the bill. 63 is Taylor Swift, Me. I mean, that video was very PBS Kids to me. 68 is Southbound by my boo Carrie Underwood. Very good old boys. 69 was Just Us DJ Khaled featuring SZA. I mean, SZA kind of had a sexy Xena warrior princess vibe going on. 73 was Hate Me by Ellie Goulding. I was actually pretty surprised by this. I don't think of Ellie as like a showing skin artist, but she was definitely, you know, a little bit undressed. 81 was Small Talk by Katy Perry. Again, another kitschy Katy Perry video, but definitely not sexual at all. 85 was What Happens in a Small Town, Brantley Gilbert featuring Lindsay L. Just a typical country song and video. 90 is another country song, Runaway June by My Own Drinks. Again, typical country. They like their artists wholesome and blonde. 95 was Lil Nas X featuring Cardi B, Rodeo. That song is explicit, but not in a sexual way. I mean, Cardi's just talking about money and killing men.
Oh, I'm hard like I'm a Othello. Can be no nigga ex. I could only be his widow.
Okay, so that rounds out the Hot 100. In case you didn't notice, men dominate popular music. Only a quarter of the artists on that chart are women. And women often appear with men on the track. I don't know what I was expecting, but that's a little bit lower than I thought it would be. By far, the most explicit lyrics that we see on that Hot 100 were from Black women. Like, Black women are on 8 songs from the Hot 100, which is actually up from 10 years ago, but way down from 20 years ago. And of those 8 songs, 4 of them have explicitly sexual images in the music or in the videos or both. 50%? That's pretty high. Way higher than what the white artists have. Okay, so now let's boogie on over to the pop charts. Number 1 was Billie Eilish. Number 2 was Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. Number 5 was Lizzo, Truth Hurts. Number 9 was Taylor Swift, You Need to Calm Down. Number 14, Normani Sean Smith. Number 15, Boyfriend by Ariana Grande and Social House. That's a different one. Super cute video, not sexual at all. Number 23, DJ Khaled and SZA, Just Us. Number 27 is Miley, Mother's Daughter. Now this is the first one where I'm like, yeah.
I'm a freak, hallelujah. Every day of the week, I'ma do ya.
This is Miley doing her Madonna impression. It feels to me like Madonna circa bedtime stories. Miley wants to push boundaries. She's trying to be edgy, and that shows up in this video. 28 is Zara Larsson, All the Time. I wouldn't describe it as sexual, but I mean, she definitely has her booty cheeks out in the video. I only have access to the top 40 songs on the pop music charts, and there's really only 2 Black women on there. One is Lizzo, the other is Normani on a song featuring Sam Smith, or on a song she's featured on with Sam Smith. But like, what even is pop music? It is definitely a racialized genre. Okay, so now let's go on over to the R&B chart, aka the Colored Women's chart. Number 7 is Beyonce's Before I Let Go. no video. Number 8 is Lizzo's Juice. Why is Juice an R&B song and not a pop song? That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, Juice is basically the cutest video imaginable. Number 9 was Danny Lee Easy. Honestly, the only offensive thing about that video was Chris Brown. Number 11 was Janae Aiko, Triggered. Number 15 is Leave 'Em Alone by Leighton Green. I really like this song, but I was actually caught off guard by how nasty some of those lyrics are. Number 22 is How You Want It by Tiana Taylor. That song and video are very much about sex.
Tonight I plan on hugging you to sleep. Put it deep.
Number 25 is Ari Lennox, BMO. Love Ari Lennox. Love her. But yeah, she's definitely getting her sexy on in that song and in the video. I only had access to the top 25 R&B songs for Billboard, so I did go over and look on iTunes. And the only addition that they had was Doja Cat with Juicy, which is classified as an R&B song.
If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back.
Sexual. The R&B chart was tame, tamer than I was expecting. So if you want to listen to Black women sing about a wide range of things, listen to R&B. Even though I definitely do not think Lizzo's Juice is an R&B song. Okay, so now let's take a look at what Black women are doing on the hip hop and R&B chart. Number 2 is Truth Hurts. Number 7, Hot Girl Summer. Number 13, My Type. Number 16, Cash Shit. Number 22, Act Up by the City Girls. We have not talked about that one yet.
Tricking on licking, I'm looking at your nigga. If it's money right, you can eat it like a snicker.
Yes, it is very much so explicit with the sexual content. Number 23 is Press. 44, Before I Let Go. I don't know why Before I Let Go would be on the hip hop and R&B chart, but whatever. Number 48 is Nicki's Megatron, and that is a very sexual song.
I fuck him like I miss him. He just came out of prison. Bitches be talking shit, but they ain't got a pot to piss in.
Okay, so what I'm realizing after going through these charts is that the way that Billboard categorizes songs really makes no sense. I don't know who makes those decisions, but it don't work. I definitely noticed that the songs on the hip hop and R&B chart are very explicit sexually and in every other way imaginable. Lots of profanity, lots of vulgarity, and it's not just the women. It's men and women. And it's actually kind of jarring to go from the mainstream chart and then the pop chart and R&B chart where there are overtures, right? There are sexual overtures. There's innuendo. There's a little bit of sexy time to go out and out to my P word and ride his D and all that. You know, we're getting pornographic images in the hip hop music. And the only women on that hip hop and R&B chart are Black and brown women. So if you see Normani and you're like, why do Black women always have to be so sexual? You're not exactly wrong. And a big part of that is about the genre that Black women are allowed to thrive in. It's so interesting to me that hip hop, despite being now the most popular genre, the most listened to genre in this country, is so explicit. The music is not for kids. I think differently about this now as a grown person, but I really don't want to clutch my pearls too much because it's not new. I definitely remember at 9 or 10 listening to Ludacris's What's Your Fantasy and singing to myself, I want to lick you.
I want to lick you from your head to your toes, and I want to move from the bed down to the floor.
I also remember being even younger than that and singing the words to Pony. Now, I didn't really know what pony meant, okay, when I was 7 or 8, but it's still an explicitly sexual song. And just because I did it doesn't mean that I want other young people or other little kids to do it. That's not appropriate. I would do everything that I could to shield the children in my life from encountering that stuff because it's not for them. But the thing is, kids are definitely listening to the music and watching the videos. I know because my love for pop culture started when I was very young. I definitely remember being 9 or 10 years old and watching music videos and sneaking and listening to the music I wasn't supposed to be listening to. Kids are plugged in. And I'd actually bet that they're more plugged in now because kids have the internet, they have social media apps, they have smartphones. So now it's easy to access stuff that you're not really supposed to be accessing on your own. Okay, so now we gotta wrap this up. We gotta piece it all together. Black women are actually much more likely than white women to be more explicitly sexual in the music and the videos than white women are. when it comes to the music that most people listen to, yeah, unfortunately, that is true. And a part of that is because hip-hop is more explicitly sexual. Now look, I don't really have a problem with sex and sexual images. I mean, do you get it on? But if you're familiar with the history of the hypersexualization of Black people in products that are supposed to be consumed for majority white audiences, it might make you raise an eyebrow. Black people's sexuality and Black women's sexualized bodies have always been a product to be commodified. And now we're getting that en masse in our popular culture. Black folks, by and large, still do not control these industries. And if you're a young artist and you're looking at that, you're definitely saying to yourself, oh, now that's what I have to do to get on. Because there's definitely a mold. And I don't want to go all back in my day on you, but the way that Black women are sexualized in popular music is changing. It is becoming more and more explicit. To do my research for this, I went back and looked at the chart from 20 years ago. And number one, there were many more Black women on the mainstream chart, the Hot 100. There was Destiny's Child and Mary J. Blige and Brandy and Monica and Coco from SWV and 702 and Missy, right? So many Black women who were sexy, but it looked different and it felt different. And this goes to one of the reasons why I don't really describe myself as sex positive. I want all women to be free, to be as sexual as they want, to be completely liberated in their bodies. But so much of what I see that passes as sex positivity, to me, feels more like people trying to use the master's tools. Trying to use the very limited ideas of what sexuality is. Women didn't make those images. Those images are primarily given to us by men. And then we try to co-opt them and take them on and be like, oh, I'm free now. And I don't think that that's the way that it works. That kind of sex positivity that doesn't do any questioning, that doesn't do any pushes back, I think it contributes to a world where an aspiring artist or a young girl, a young Black girl, grows up looking at that and says, oh, okay, that's what I have to do to get on. That's what I have to do to be sexy or desirable. And if I exist outside of that, then I'm none of those things. But it also creates a world where young men or people who have attraction to women say, okay, that's what a sexy woman is. That's what a desirable woman is. That's how sex is supposed to look, And it's not really. Not really. I want us to be able to figure out what a sexual expression untethered from all of that stuff we've been given looks like. What does it feel like? How do you come across it? I think most of us never have an opportunity to even discover that. And look, I get that sometimes you want a sexuality that pleases men, that makes your male partner feel good, that makes your male partner want you. But there's got to be some more, there's got to be other stuff. It feels like, particularly when it comes to music, that we are stuck in the Little Kim model. And that's no shade to Kim, okay? Hardcore is a classic. But we've got to have other models, other molds. I think that we found stuff that serves our temporary financial interests. I'm just not sure that it serves our larger interests that are not tied to getting money or pleasing men. And what's really interesting to me as a person who consumes a lot of images all the time is I really did not think about how sexual the images were until other people pointed it out. And until I went back and looked at what we were looking at 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And a part of that is when you see it over and over all the time, you do get desensitized to it. And to be clear, because I think that this is actually a really important point, men have always sexualized women in the images that they create. Always. In rap music, women would always be in the background shaking it. And in white genres, country music, rock music, the girls would be in bikinis, pouring water on themselves and whatever, right? It's always been there. We're just now at a point where lots of women artists are getting a lot of attention, selling a lot of records, having Billboard hits and saying, oh, well, that's what you want women to do? That's what you like to see? Okay, well, I'm going to do that too. And what are you going to do about it? And we have to acknowledge that even as consumers, we've come to expect it. I mean, Cardi has said before,
first of all, I rap about pussy because she's my best friend, you know what I'm saying? And second of all, it's because it seems like that's what people want to hear. I ain't even gonna front, because let me tell you something. When I did Be Careful, people was talking mad shit in the beginning. Like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I expected. I expected this, I expected that. So it's like, if that's what people ain't trying to hear, then all right, then I'm gonna start rapping about my pussy again.
So that does force us to think about which came first. Is this a chicken or egg situation? Are they giving us what we want, or do we want that because that's what we are continually given? Look, I really don't have any solutions. I think that in order to change it, we would need a complete realignment of the music industry. I mean, like a real revolution. I don't know if it's coming. But for me personally, I seek out balance, and actually, like, more than balance. I want to make sure that I'm supporting lots of different kinds of Black women artists. I want there to be a market for Black women to be weird, edgy, cool, sexy, covered up, whatever you want to be. I know people are always looking to me to solve the world's problems. Can't do it. Can't do it in a video. I'm sorry. Support the stuff that moves you. And I also don't think that blanket calls for supporting positive images or positive artists just because they're positive. That's not going to do it either. People want to be entertained. They want to be gripped. Well, that's all I have to say about that, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you enormously. Like, share, subscribe. Go on over to Patreon. That's where I upload all of my bonus content. It's videos. It's podcasts. It's reading lists. Actually, I bought this Jackie Aina palette because I love her. I wanted to support her, but I am not going to use it. I'm just not. You know, I like to stick to my tried and true makeup looks. It's still in the shrink wrap. I'm going to be giving away that palette. I'm going to go ahead and give it away. If you are a patron and you want the new Jackie Aina palette for free, hit me up. The first person to hit me up is going to get it. So shout out to y'all. Sign up for the email newsletter, buy some merch, leave a comment, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. I'll see you next time. Bye.